Hi, my name is Deborah Henney. I'm a wife, mother, author, speaker. Today I want to release a word that I originally dated in my prophetic journal for June 26th, 2022. This is called I Have Called My People Family. I have created and called my people family. Many are going about busyness that has the appearance of a well-oiled operation, but it lacks my oil and therefore my life. I am breathing new life for those that will abandon their workings that lack my oil. My oil runs down and drips off Aaron's beard and is the portion reserved for my family. I am calling my family back to a place of reignited passion in my embrace where they can have an overflow and outflow of my presence and glory in their lives. Be ready. Be ready. When my oil is the operating force of the movement, be ready. Be ready for it to look like my plan and my vision, for my thoughts and ways are different than yours. Come deeper into my embrace so that you can know more deeply my heartbeat, so your heart can beat with mine and you can bear my presence and glory to this world. I have called and sent you as my family. I have designed family to be a place of growing in love, for that is what I am. And I am growing and developing you in love to share love. Change is in love. Growth is in love. Life is in love. Be ready for greater revelations of my love that will bring healing and freedom. Busyness must be set aside to spend time in my embrace, the Father's embrace, the bridegroom's embrace. I am drawing you, my people, deeper into my love. In my love, there's life and fire. There is a time of refining as you spend time in my embrace, but don't resist or be overwhelmed, worried, or scared. Focus on my life in my love and trust me. Listen to my voice and my heartbeat and trust me. I am calling my people to surrender into my love and return to a place of passion and unequivocal trust, for this is how you enter more deeply into my depths, which I am calling you into. As a young child follows a parent, follow me, for I have called you family and sent you as my family. Now, a lot of this was really the sense with this, I should say, when I received this, was the sense that so many times we get so focused on, I'm serving God, I'm serving God, I'm serving God, and I'm working for God, I'm doing these things for God, and we almost become more like business associates or strategists, and we think of what else can I do to bring God's purposes and plans on the earth. And really, the sense with this was that we do co-labor with God, and He does call us to do things and to work together with Him. But the idea is that we've lost the heart of what God's intention really was, and that is that He made us to be family. He made us to be family with each other. He made us to be family with Him. The Bible calls us children of God because He made us to be His children. And I think so many times we get caught up in the busyness of being a Christian that we lose that heart of just soaking in His presence and just loving Him and enjoying being with Him and loving His family, which are the other believers in our lives and other believers in the church. And I found it very interesting how He, in this prophecy, He referenced the psalm about the oil running down off the beard of Aaron. And that psalm talks about how good and pleasant it is when brothers live together in unity. Again, family and unity, and finding that unity in Christ and in God as God's family. And I often think about how, I would do things, as a child, I would do things for my mom. For example, folding laundry, because as I got older, I realized that she folded laundry because she had to, not because she liked to. It was one of those chores that she just didn't like to do. And so as her child, I loved my mom. And so it brought me no greater joy than to sneak in and fold the laundry for her and surprise her. And I was serving her, but I was doing it from a place of love, not from a place of, oh, I need something to do to be busy, or I need to do something to strategize to make my mom, her day easier. I did it out of a place of love. And I think sometimes we lose that focus as Christians, that we lose that focus of love, that we love God first. And all of our workings and doings for God come from a place, or should be coming from a place of pure love for God. And say, God, you know what? I love you so much. And out of that overflow of love for you, it would bring me no greater joy than to do A, B, or C, because I know that it would make you happy. It would make you smile. And also, the whole unity with the brethren. As a mom, it brings me no greater joy than to see my daughters loving each other and enjoying each other's presence. And I think that there's such great joy that God has when we love each other and we choose unity over division. And as I look over this prophecy, there's a whole section of reigniting passion, and then he brings back the imagery of the fire at the end. So in the beginning, he talks about reigniting passion in his embrace, and then at the end, he talks about in his love there's fire, and spending time in his embrace and not resisting the fire. Sometimes it can be scary when God starts really going after the deeper parts in our heart and putting them through his fire. But all of that is part of that process of refining, so we can be a better representation of who God is on this earth, because so many times we're the only Jesus that people see. I just read a quote the other day that the world doesn't read the Bible, they read the Christians. And so we are the living representation of who God is in this world. Let's see here, just looking at this again. Overflow and outflow. That is a word that has really been resonating very deeply in me. That God is pouring out his glory, that it is going to overflow and outflow it from our lives into our regions and into the world. And again, that's coming from a place not of busyness where we're burned out and we're coming on empty and running on fumes, but that God has filled us so full that we just ooze and splash out God's glory, and it just flows out of us without even trying. And the picture that I keep getting with that is just a mighty rushing river, waves of glory, just filling us up, overflowing and outflowing into the nations. There's a whole sense of being ready. Be ready for this to happen. And when I think of that, I often think of it might not happen the way that we think, and it might not happen in the time that we think. Sometimes we think that we wait, and then all of a sudden, bam, there it goes. It's like a suddenly. And that's kind of the sense that it gets. It's like, be ready. So you're going to be waiting, but then bam, God's going to move and God's going to do it. And being sent in the revelation of God's love that brings healing and freedom. And I love how in here God was saying that change is in his love. And growth is in love. And life is in love. And I think that sometimes we underestimate the power of love. We underestimate the power of God's love in us, that it really is the operative that brings growth and change and life in our lives, and then also into other people's lives as we exhibit and bring that love and share that love through His Spirit to those around us. So, and then at the end, again, God's just calling us to surrender into His love and to return to that place of passion and return to that focus of we're family. And family sticks together, and family does things, or well, when I think of doing things for my family and all the sacrifice and the work that I put in, it's because of love and coming from that place of love. And just coming back to that heart of remembering and living in the revelation that we are God's family, not His business associates, not His strategy partners, but at the very, very heart of what God has created us to be is family. Be blessed.